Alistair says he has something to show us.
Hazbin Hotel remains a refreshing take on heaven and hell. Every piece of media about the afterlife portrays these two distinct settings in certain ways, and sometimes the line defining their differences can be plain as day. Although most of the series takes place in hell, specifically in the uppermost pride ring, the few glimpses of heaven make the two locations seem as different as light and day. There's a reason Charlie's redeemed sinners will want a chance to enter the golden gates. In today's video, we're reviewing the differences between the peaceful heaven and the tormented hell.
Whatever you want. I go by whatever. Welcome to heaven.
Number 1. Criminal activity. One of the main downsides of living in hell is the uncontrollable amount of crime that consumes each ring. Charlie's song and overture highlights the various amounts of questionable activity and violence in the pride ring alone. Although she tries to convince the audience that hell can be a wonderful place to live, just walking down the street requires her to pass by bloody scenes, crashed vehicles, and fighting locals. Throughout the series, we see numerous examples of illegal activities, ranging from murder to drug use, and all activities are unmonitored in hell. Almost everyone will have a weapon to attack with at any time, as violence is required as a sinner's way of life if they want to survive. Not even Lucifer, who seems against sinners' vulgar activities and Dad Beat Dad, doesn't step in to prevent crime. However, when Charlie and Vaggie visit heaven in Welcome to Heaven, they're met with clean streets where something as simple as brimstone can't remain. Although the angels in heaven have many visual similarities to their demonic counterparts, that's where the aesthetic similarities end. Heaven doesn't face any criminal activity, and during the tour provided by St. Peter and the Seraphims, every individual in heaven seemed agreeable and kind. We know that angels aren't incapable of violent acts since Adam and Lut lead the exterminations, but the everyday and average angels seem content with a peaceful afterlife. In hell, it would be impossible to go anywhere pleasant before running into danger, likely from another sinner. Angel Dust can't go to a bar without having his drink spiked in masquerade, and by his account, he seems to encounter the problem often. Whereas in heaven, Charlie can experience a peaceful and wholesome time at the zoo with Emily. Charlie's excited to go to the zoo, and the outing must be a success because Vaggie doesn't feel the need to go with Charlie and keep her safe. Number 2. Daily hardships. Living in hell isn't easy. Many sinners turn to crime to make a living, cutting down their competitors at the first opportunity. Other demons like Angel Dust sell their souls to more powerful demons using their contracts to ensure protection, power, or fame in their afterlife. These deals usually have a terrible price, including indentured labor and an inability to disobey the more powerful demon in the contract. We see this situation most often between Angel and his boss Valentino, who have a deal together. Although Angel moves into the Hazbin Hotel, he still has to work when Valentino calls. Facing abuse on set for extended amounts of time, in Welcome to Heaven, Angel works for an entire night and is exhausted when he returns home, leading him to go out with his friends. Since heaven and hell serve as eternal afterlives for human souls, there are bound to be hardships that some angels face. However, they shouldn't be anything like what's happening in hell. Adam even confirms that angels don't have hard days in retaliation to Angel drinking to cope with his terrible work situation and how Valentino treats him. There's no telling if heaven has institutions like bars or condones drinking, but the answer is likely no. Adam also has a point. The angels couldn't empathize with Angel Dust's situation because they don't experience the same problem he does. That said, mutual obligations trouble the high-ranking officials in heaven and hell. Sarah and Charlie alike prioritize the safety of their people above all else. Sarah ordered the exterminations to prevent an uprising, but Charlie wanted to avoid the exterminations to save lives. The difference between them is that Sarah keeps her decision a secret from her loved ones, while Charlie embraces all the help she can get, which helps ease her burden of running the hotel.
He did everything on your checklist. He was selfless. He stopped Nifty from stealing.
Number 3. Court systems. The overwhelming amount of criminal activity in hell occurs because of a lack of a court system. Since there are no consistent repercussions in place to prevent someone from stealing, harming someone else, or worse, there's nothing stopping sinners from behaving in the worst ways possible. The activities that got them sent to hell to begin with can continue in a never-ending cycle, contributing to their eternal torment. A few powerful demons can gather together to make decisions or influence activities, but that's a far cry from enforcing the law. The overlords are more concerned with preserving their territories, so they'll meet to discuss ways to deal with threats, as they did in Scrambled Eggs, but they aren't an authority for the entirety of hell. On the other hand, heaven has trials when critical matters need discussing. When Charlie wants to prove sinners can be redeemed, allowing former demons into heaven could cause significant changes throughout heaven. Naturally, she meets with a court of angels, so a consensus, assumedly between power angels like Adam and the Seraphims, can be reached between the angels. In this way, there's a group of people looking out for the well-being of everyone. However, while the many angels seem to act like a jury, Sarah takes on the role of judge. When the court learned about the exterminations, infighting broke out between them, making a consensus impossible. Despite Despite this, Sarah said the court didn't have enough evidence to prove redemption is possible. Her decision sends Charlie and Vaggie back to hell with the extermination imminent. Additionally, she knowingly allows Adam to attack the one place where demons are trying to better themselves. Although having a trial and court system in place seems to put heaven a step above hell, it becomes useless when Sarah abuses her power and makes decisions without considering the opinions of the other angels in the council. She's exhibiting overbearing control over the fates of heaven and hell, something Lucifer has yet to do in the series.
What? No, you can't! No! Charlie, don't give up on this!
Number 4. Valued members. Everyone's doing their fair share in hell. Of the characters in Hazbin Hotel, few demons are considered valued members of society. They're all struggling to survive in a society without laws to protect them and where violent tendencies go unchecked. The way hell runs ensures that the people who arrive there, be they murderers, gang leaders, or arms dealers, will have no choice but to continue their evil practices in life if they want to live another day. As such, everyone's on the same playing field, unable to stand above the rest. There are more powerful demons like Alistair, Lucifer, and Charlie who are stronger than any average demon they'll pass on the street. They either have hundreds of souls under contract or have royal titles, but they hardly receive respect or recognition for these feats. Charlie, the Princess of Hell, faces constant disrespect from those around her because her title holds no weight. In contrast, Heaven seems to value its residents and their accomplishments. During Welcome to Heaven, St. Peter introduces the type of people who enter heaven, with billboards featuring angels who are good at science or politeness. It's plausible that any significant achievement made by people in heaven will receive recognition. The angels in heaven also care for each other's well-being, as Emily's purpose is to ensure the other angels remain happy. As seraphim, Sarah and Emily have necessary jobs that should make them valued members of their societies. Hell does have a known hierarchy, with certain demons ranking above the rest, but again, the relevance comes from their abilities and control over hell rather than their values and acts of service.
Hiya! Welcome to heaven! Can I get your name, please?
Oh, Charlie, Morningstar.
So far, the overall differences between heaven and hell have to do with their level of peacefulness in the afterlife. Heaven has little to no criminal activity, few daily hardships like what human souls would experience in life, an appreciation for every angel and their accomplishments, and a court system to make decisions for everyone. These circumstances allow angels to go about their day with few worries, while in hell, demons must constantly look over their shoulders to ensure they're not attacked or betrayed by someone passing by. Fortunately, with Charlie coming into her own, a little bit of heaven may make its way into the streets of hell.
Of human souls, demon or not, there is no reason to be doing this.
They were uprising, Emily.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
Can't afford me.
Gross! I'd never think of it, Spider.